You, this timber uncensored. This timber uncensored. Let me give you news, not banana. Okay, guys, I'm here to talk about the Alabuga saga issue in Russia. So this is a program that promised young Africans and special women opportunities to work and study, right? They found out after investigating that it might be a human trafficking for women. So South African influencers did some content for them and send it so that like they get as much as possible people to Russia to apply. So also in Botswana they also did that. But I'm still gonna find out like who are those influencers in Botswana, because Botswana is still investigating. The Interpol is investigating. So my question is like, okay, first, which institution that only give women opportunity, not men? That was my first red flag. Yona nje first red flag yami engiyibonile leyo. But why? Okay. The key concerns, let's talk about the key concerns of this Alabuga saga. There is a human trafficking allegations. So even Botswana they are investigating. Two, the concern is like military drone production. You just wonder what's gonna help these people who are doing or learning about drones. I don't know. The third one is gonna be exploiting. Exploiting, so they can be forced into labor and working more hours. That was another red flag, like how you came and study and you work more hours until the mind supposed sometimes to relax, have a break. Imagine more hours, how you gonna pass? Those are the red flags for me. Okay. It has impacted like African countries. So they're using African countries because of, when you look at African countries, really there is no job opportunities. They want to empower women, in Pogoto, the Viva, So they had a good strategy. This Alabuga in Russia, they have a good strategy. So now the impact on Africa. So they're trying to serve a warning in African countries, and they look at oversight of the employment, the safeguards, and international cooperations. Okay. They assess and engage with the program and recruitment. So which means these countries, or Botswana or African countries, now they are trying to research about this Alabuga in Russia, or the program that is happening in Russia. So they were trying to warn African countries not to fall for these things. I have questions. As I said along the way, like which institution that only give women the empowerment, not men? Why do you think like the drone, it won't help men? It will help women. Okay. My question, why Ramaphosa is not reacting in this? Because now other kids, they are losing their account on TikTok, on Instagram. Ramaphosa is very slow, guys. You can be kidnapped. Ramaphosa won't know. He won't know there's such programs in other countries that are happening, that is taking people from South Africa to Russia. This is a person that we vote for. I don't know, guys. If you're still gonna vote for ANC, I don't know, guys. What are you voting for ANC? No politician is talking about this saga that is happening in Russia. No, they are quiet, but next year they will want your vote. So, my other question, they targeted African countries because are we hungry? Yes, because there is no job opportunity. And we fall for a big scam. It's a scam that looks real, but it's a scam. We fall for it. It shows that we are not learning anything. We are not learning anything. Anything. Which means we don't learn. We don't learn in South Africa. We don't research about things. When you see something, be like, I'm going. Yeah, well, I'm hungry. Well, I wanted to go overseas. At least this one's gonna pay for my flight and everything. So my third question, imagine if university they will say, you come and learn and work more hours. Do you think people will take that chance? If VETs or UJ or colleges, do you think people will take? But because we are hungry, things that we do when we're hungry, guys, is so out of this world. It's so out of this world. Fourth, after studying this drone thing, they don't say, okay, after you're studying, these are the company that you're gonna work under. They don't say those such things. They don't say nothing. You're gonna work in this under this company. That was also a red flag. Which means with this drone, with these influencers that did a content, are they gonna do a content with those drones after they done? Are they gonna do content? What's gonna help them? How much are they gonna earn after that? How it's gonna help South Africa? How? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. My S5, my fifth question that I had in mind. Should we trust adverts that influence us? Should we trust? I don't think so. Because sometimes now I'm looking at like, there was a time where TJ Flex was like, there was some advert that said you must do, but it's like you use a run on. They say, okay, this is a shield run on. Can you do an advert? When you find out that person is promoting that advert, it's not even using. So it shows that influencers, they were there for man. They were there for man. Whether I'm using or I'm drinking Coke or I use Shield or Nivea or I don't use those things, Shield or Nivea or whatever, I don't care. As long as I get my package and I pay my rent, it's chai. It's chai. So now it makes me feel like, oh, okay, whatever they are advertising, it's sort of a manipulation. It get attraction for them to make money. So maybe influence, they would use it for content, yes. Maybe influence, they were there to get money, yes. They don't care that like influence, they didn't care whether it's representing them or not. They were just happy to travel to get the money. The influencers, nothing research, nothing. No review, no what do you call no review, no disclosure, no authenticity, make an informed decision. They didn't care. The lack of transparency, unrealistic claims, the promotional content, nothing. Nothing. They don't check reviews, they don't check credentials, they verify information. Nothing. Nothing, guys. Nothing. So you just wonder if they use the influencers to promote certain things. Should we trust? Should we trust? And even those girls who are there in Alabuga, they must come back to South Africa. We have questions. We have questions that we wanna ask. Nami, I want to know. What have they learned? How much are they earning? Which industry are they working under after they studied? I want to ask questions. I want to ask questions as me, as Temba. I want to ask questions. I want to know. Tell me, I want to know. Don't you want to know when? Let me give you news, not banana, like JP.